Hello friends, in the previous video we have gone through all the different control structures as well as the looping structures. Now we'll cover the remaining part of the control structures. The first statement comes as if statement. If statement execute the set of commands like when the condition is true. The syntax for it is if condition bracket open statement bracket close. The statement is executed only when the condition is true. If the if statement body is consist of several statements, then the better to use the pair of curly brackets. Here, in case condition is false, then compiler skip the line within the block of code. For example, void main int n printf enter a number. So I'm taking one variable as a n, and with the help of printf statement we are saying enter a number. So user consider enter some number value. Okay? So in the output you will get first value as enter a number. So consider you have enter a number 12. Okay? So this 12 value will get stored in variable n. Then it will get compare if n is greater than 10. If n is greater than 10, then printf number is greater. So for this input, you will get output as the number is greater. But consider if you entered here number is 5. So after entering the 5, you will not get any output because for the false statement, there is no block of code is written. Fine. Next, if-else statement. It is a bidirectional conditional control statement that contains one condition and two possible actions. Condition may be true or false, where non-zero value regarded as true and zero value regarded as false. If the condition satisfies true, then the single or a block of statement will get executed. Otherwise, another block of statement will get executed. The syntax for if-else statement is if condition bracket open statement 1 or statement 2 bracket close else bracket open statement 1 comma statement 2 bracket close. So if this condition is true, then this block of code will get executed. But if this condition is false, then this false block of code will get executed. Else statement cannot be used without if, or no multiple else statements are allowed within one if statement. That means if you want to use else statement, so compulsory if statement should be there, and one if can contains only one else. It means there must be a if statement within an else statement. For example, to check a number is even or odd, so we are taking one number as a n, then we are using printf and scanf. Through that we are taking one value as enter a number. So the output consider we are given as a 1 to 1. So this 1 to 1 value will get stored in n. Then if n modulus of 2 is equal to 0, that means 1 to 1 modulus of 2 is equal to 0, which is not true, right? So you will get answer as else condition, right? Because condition is not true. But consider if the condition is true, then you will get answer as even number. So for this condition, you will get answer as printf odd number. Now the next is nesting of if-else. When there are another if-else statement in a if block or in else block, then it is called as nesting of if-else. Syntax for nesting of if-else is if condition, then inside the bracket consider if condition, then the statement for this if condition, else, statement 2, bracket close, and statement 3. Next is if-else ladder. In this type of nesting, there is an if-else statement in every else part except the last part. If condition is false, then control pass to the block where the condition is again checked with its if statements. Syntax is if condition statement 1, else if condition statement 2, else if condition statement 2, else if condition statement 3, else statement 4. Next, this process continues until there is no if statement in the last block. If one of the condition is satisfy the condition, then other nested else if would get executed. That means if consider there is no if statement in the last block, right? So whenever you are performing else if, so else if has one condition, right? If this condition is also not true, then at the end the last else block will get executed. But it has a disadvantage over if else statement, that in if else statement, whenever the condition is true, other conditions are not checked, while in this case all the conditions are checked. Next important statement is break statement. Sometimes it becomes necessary to come out of the loop even before the loop conditions becomes false. Then break statement is used. Break statement is used inside the loop and in the switch statements. It causes immediate exit from that loop in which it appears, and it is generally returned with a condition. The keyword for the break statement is BREAK, that is break in the small case. When break statement is encountered in the loop, then the loop will get terminated and the control get transferred to the next statement immediately after the loop, or situation where we want to jump out of the loop instantly without waiting to get back to the conditional state. When the break is encountered inside any loop, control automatically passes to the first statement after the loop. This break statement is usually associated with if statement. For example, inside the word main, initially we are saying j is equal to 0. Then inside the for loop we are saying j is less than 6, j plus plus. So now what happens if j is equal to 4? So initially the value of j is 0, right? So for the first time the value of j remains 0. Then we are saying j is less than 6. So for the first time it will get executed, right, for the 0. Then for the second time also it will get executed. But when the value of j becomes 4, it will directly come out of the loop. So we can say we are getting the output as a 0, 1, 2, 3, and when the value of j becomes 4, you will come directly out of the loop. Next is continue statement. Continue statement is used for continuing the next iteration of the loop after skipping some statement of the loop. When it encountered, control automatically passes through the beginning of the loop. It is usually associated with the if statement. If it is useful when we want to continue the program without executing any part of the program. The difference between break and continue is when the break is encountered in the loop gets terminated and it transferred to the next statement. But when the continue is encountered, the control come back to the beginning of the position. In while and do while loop, after continue statement, control transfer to the test condition and then the loop continue where as in. For the for loop, after continue control, transfer to the updating expression and condition is tested. For example, inside the word main, we are saying int n. Then we are saying n is equal to 2, n is less than equal to 9 and n plus plus. So we are displaying the value from 2 to 9. But in the for loop, we are given the condition as if n is equal to 4. Then continue printf n bracket close and printf out of the loop. So how this execution will get happen? So for the first time, 2 will get printed, 3 will get printed, right? When the n becomes 4, right, your control will not come back here. It will go directly to the updation statement and it will get to the condition. That means it will not print the value of 4. Then for the 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, it will execute it. When this block of condition get false, that time you will get output as out of loop. So in this video, we have seen the remaining control structures as well as break and the continue statements. Thank you.